Hello, I am Lord Fool, and I wanted to talk about the inspiration of the artist in different types of settings, in travel, in fashion, and in art. So yes, what inspires me as a creative? There are different types of people who have different types of processes, and yeah, everyone is different. Some people, I write fiction. I pride myself in fiction. I write little dystopian short stories. I write love stories. I love the drama of inventing worlds and inventing scenarios, and I put my characters through tests, to trials, just to get them through to the other side. I believe in happy endings, so yes, if because that's why I write fiction. I don't need it to completely mirror life. I need it to entertain, to make you smile, to make everything a little bit brighter. This is what I do. This is why I do what I do, and it's just to make everything, better. So yes, the first thing I want to talk about is travel. I will confess that I am a solo traveler. So yes, I do travel with people, but I do travel by myself because I find that it informs my processes a little bit more viscerally than it does when I travel with people. People allow me to see the same place in a different way. So yes, when I travel with my friends to a place that I've been before, I like to see what they see, because it might contradict my way of seeing, and that's interesting to me. But yes, solo travel informs my process, because just the journey itself, from getting on a plane to being on a plane to getting out on the other side, is very exciting for me. You find I'm that person in the corner in the airport writing or editing something on her computer. I write short stories on a plane, but that's neither here nor there. What happens on the other side? What do I find fascinating about cities that makes me want to go and explore and open my mind and just make everything, make the unknown more knowable to me, which is impossible, but you try. So yes, I like walking. Yes, I walk through city streets. I sit in parks, Paris, Milan, London. I watch people, but not in a creepy way, but I observe how life works in environments that are not my own, if that makes any sense. I don't literally translate what I see onto the page. That's not important. What's important to me is to immerse myself in a feeling for a short while, something different to what I would feel if I was at home, because it's very important when I write a character or when I write a place, that I kind of remember what it feels like to be there. But at the same time, it opens my mind to the possibilities. Maybe the person in London does not greet their friends the way that they do in Ireland. Maybe the person in Milan does not drink their coffee the way they do in Paris. This is very important. They huddle a lot in Italy when they have their coffee, and that was very fascinating to me. So yes, it's very interesting that I see people, but it's also interesting that I feel what it's like, and do something different and to see beautiful things, because I find that the more that I see the world as I know it, in Europe mostly, I find it a lot more, it's beautiful. And people are a lot kinder than you would think. And people are not that different away from home than they are at home. There are no exceptionally bad people or good people, and there are no exceptionally good people. People are just people doing their thing. And this is very important to understand when we put personalities on people. And so yes, when I travel, when I see the world, when I take trains, and when I have unknown and unexpected situations, like the little old lady I met on a train from Rome to Paris. We didn't speak any English, but she was quite kind as she nodded at me. Or the time that I took the train from Brussels to Luxembourg, a very short train trip, but I was in a very old school compartment that reminded me of something in a movie. And I thought that was absolutely crazy, because I do love those old Agatha Christie novels and the sort of pictures you see in them. But yes, these little moments allowed me to have this sort of energy and optimism when I put words to paper, allows me to push my characters, allows me to give expectations to them, obviously expectations of myself, and push them through. I like my mind to be open, because what happens is sometimes I do write something unexpected, and sometimes my vision is a little bit more clarified. I try not to have so many situations where my first draft isn't my first instinct. And my first instinct is important. And I find that traveling, seeing the world, seeing beautiful places, seeing beautiful parks, allows me to sharpen my instincts, to see the world a lot more generously, and just to put that onto the kind of art that I want to create, the kind of people that I want to write, the kind of life that I want to see on paper. And I think that transfers to the people that read my work. They do see, I hope, that yes, there is a lot happening. There is a variety of emotions. There's a variety of feeling. My characters are pushed. And I hope that entertains them as I want it to do. And I hope they feel sort of lighter and happier for it.